Again, by me solidifying, hey, my business is only for this select audience, which is now coaches and solopreneurs and freelancers, then I know that I can keep selling that service on repeat. So for example, if you're a coach or a service provider, and let's just say that you're a construction business, do you provide services for a specific niche? For example, maybe you only offer construction services for commercial property, or maybe you only offer construction services for homeowners. Get really clear on who are you giving the service to. For example, if you're a videographer, are you offering videography services to maybe people that want to get married? Maybe you're only offering videography services to weddings. Or are you a videographer where you're only offering video services to coaches? And if you really, really want to get specific, dive a little bit deeper into who are those coaches? Are they money coaches? Are they sales coaches? And get really specific on who your audience is. Again, over time, you will be able to get better at recognizing certain patterns on who your brand is attracting. For example, a huge target audience or huge audience that relates with me, my content every single day is brown women, brown Latinas, or women, because again, they share a lot of the same experiences that I share on an everyday basis, and they can relate to a lot of the experiences that I'm going through within my business. Find out for you who can relate to you in your story. And the third thing that I would do if I could go back all over and start my social media brand or online presence is simply to sell my services. Yes, when you're making content, in a way, you're selling your service and you're selling your brand, but don't forget to ask somebody if they need help. That was a number one. That was a huge thing that I did within my business, where I knew what I was offering, but I didn't know how to ask the right questions. So for example, if you're at a networking event and you're getting to know them, ask them questions about the service that you're offering. For example, one of the things that I could go back and I wish I could do differently at networking events is that when I was at networking events, I would try to connect with people, I would get their information, and in my head, I would say, later on, they're gonna follow me and we're gonna connect digitally. When you do that, a bunch of time has already passed, and the relationship, they probably already forgot about you. The relationship has kind of even turned cold because they probably have been to so many networking events that they don't even remember you. So one of the things that I would do as a social media strategist or manager is now at those networking events, start asking them more about their team. What kind of team do they have? Are they a solopreneur? Are they a freelancer? Are they struggling with getting clients? If they are struggling with getting clients, what does that mean for them? Have they been showing up on social media? Ask them questions so that way you can understand to see, is it a person that you can help with your business? Don't be afraid to ask for the money. That was a huge thing that even now so many of my clients struggle with, because it goes back to, what is your relationship with money? Are you a service-based entrepreneur that provides some kind of service, but you don't know how to create content in order to convert someone from following you into a paying client? I'm going to tell you exactly what to post in order to start generating more leads, attract high-paying clients, and get more DMs than you can possibly answer. I will help you how to find your niche, how to find your target audience, and craft offers that will attract top buyers every time you go to make a post. Text me content to 513-516-7332 to learn more on how you can get mentored by me for only $99 a month. Are you scared to ask for money because maybe you saw money as something as scarcity when you were growing up, or do you see it as a tool now? So it's very dependent on the relationship that you have with money. Another example for this is if you're going to networking events and you own a construction business, or you own, let's just say that you own a construction business, get to know them and ask them, if they own a restaurant, when was the last time that they needed something repaired? Or, maybe they're coming up with a second location, do they need your help in some kind of way? Get to know them. It really starts with the kind of questions that you're asking at these networking events.